All right, good morning, everybody. My name's Steven. I am your Liondesk trainer, and welcome to Office Hours. So if it's your first time joining us, Office Hours is going to be an open forum where you can go in and ask any of your questions, and we'll have a rep here, so me, to answer all of them. So a couple of things before we get started. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you should see a chat box and also a Q&A box. So you want to keep all of your questions in the Q&A box. The chat box, I kind of want to leave it open. So if I need to send any resources to you all, such as article links, website links, I'll be able to do so through the chat box. So again, questions, put them in the Q&A box. And the chat, I'll make sure to send resources through the chat box. In the meantime, I'm also going to go ahead and kind of walk through a couple of resources. So start typing in your questions. Once I'm done, I'll start answering those. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the resources that are available to you. So if you still have questions outside of office hours, you can always come in through online chats. So when you're in your Liondesk account, you will see in the lower right this chat bubble. Once you click on that, it's going to connect you with a live rep. So just click on New Conversation. So this is only available during our business hours, which are listed above, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also always give us a call, again, during business hours, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can give us a call at 760-501-8582. I'll go ahead and also add that to the chat box. So again, 760-501-8582. All right, so I just sent that over the chat box. You should see it go through. And if you have any questions outside of business hours, like let's say you ran into something in the middle of the night, you can always check out online help. So on the left-hand side, you will see online help. So this will take you to the Liondesk Help Center. As you scroll below, you will see this search bar. So just start typing in a couple of keywords and you'll see the article and video links come up. So if I just click on upload, if I just type in upload contacts, you'll see the different article links below. If you just want general videos just to get to know more about the system, you can scroll to the bottom. We do have training videos and also navigating Liondesk, which breaks down the system using different articles. And again, we host these office hours every Thursday at 10 a.m. So just type in webinar, click on Liondesk webinars. And this is going to again show you the registration link for office hours. We do record these office hours as well. So again, type in webinar, you'll see the office hours playlist. So just click on that link. And so far, I believe we have 6 videos already uploaded. So if you miss any of them, go ahead and check them out. And then we also have some our other webinars, First Step to Success, Automate Your Business, and then Streamline Your Business. So again, office hours is more so an open forum. Any questions are really fair game, from the basics to the more advanced. These webinars, though, are a little bit more structured. So it starts you from the beginning, how to set up your profile, how to upload your contacts, to the more advanced, how to integrate with other platforms like Facebook, Zillow, and also Zapier. So we do recommend you watching the videos in these order. So first step, success, automate your business, and then streamline your business. As we scroll below, you will see the videos themselves, as well as the topics that they're going to cover. Right, so again, automate your business, and then streamline your business. So it's all within the same article page. Just type in webinar to see. All right, jumping back into Liondesk, I already see a couple questions coming through. So again, go ahead and start typing them in the Q&A box. We're going to go ahead and dive into your questions. All right, so we're starting off with V2. How do we sync Gmail emails to the contact file? All right, so before we start diving into that question, we're going to jump into V2. In case you all are not aware, Liondesk has released out the V2 platform. So we've updated Liondesk. You will have access to it. So if you look at the top, you will see this banner. take me to the new Liondesk. Once you click on that, that's going to take you, let me go back. Let me see if we can log in using this one. All right, seems like, all right, there we go. It's up and running. All right, so V2 is the new platform that we are releasing, and so everyone has access to it. Again, click on that banner at the top. So with V2, we are adding new features to it, and I'll definitely talk about a little bit throughout this office hours. But let's go ahead and dive into that question. Let me go ahead and pull it back up. In V2, how do we sync Gmail emails into the contact file? At the moment, that integration is not set up. So if you were using the older platform, that integration was within the profile page. It was in the profile page. However, in that profile page, that section is now removed. So if you did want to integrate with your Gmail, it would have to be through the older platform. So take me back to the old Liondesk and do it from the profile page here by selecting profile. So again, this Google sign-in is only available in the older platform. We are going to be adding it to the newer platform. It's just not set up at the moment. That being said, we're going to start integrating not just with Gmail, but with Outlook and other email carriers. So in the meantime, if you did want to integrate with your Gmail account, you would need to have to jump back into the older platform and do the Google sign-in from your profile page. All right, so moving on, next thing we're going to talk about is marketing. So on the left-hand side, we're going to click on marketing. And there's a couple of resources that I wanted to point out. So within marketing, you are going to see drip campaigns that Liondesk has created for you. So you'll see as we scroll below, Liondesk closed client drip, general buyer drip. We also have like a prospective seller, new leads, and also home valuation, right? So you'll see prospective seller, home valuation, and then new leads. So we have 6 drip campaigns already set up for you. We also have a shared library. So if you go into the second tab, autopilot drip campaigns, we will see those listed on the right-hand side. Liondesk allows you to share and download drip campaigns with others. So we have over, if we scroll all the way to the bottom, you have over 4,000 shared campaigns. You'll be able to see who created that campaign, a name, and also description and tags. That way you can type in a couple of keywords in this search bar to see what comes up, right? So if I type in buyer, I'll see all the buyer campaigns. As I scroll below, I can pick and choose which ones I want to download. So in order for you to preview, right, so before you commit, you are able to preview the campaign. Next to each one at the last column, you will see 2 icons. So the first one that looks like an eyeball, that's going to allow you to preview. So once you click on that, it scrolls you down and it shows you how this campaign is built out, right? So you'll see the task type. Are you emailing your contact, texting your contact, calling your contact? You'll see that listed below. You'll also be able to see the subject line. So again, if it's an email, you'll see the subject line. If it's a text message, you'll see the actual text message. For the call, it's going to show you like descriptions and notes of what you want that call to be about. And then in the last column, you'll see the timing setup. So if you like what you see, you can then scroll back to the top and click on the second icon to download. Right, so are you sure you want to download this campaign? Once you press OK, it will appear in 2 places. First, it will appear in your templates tab. So if you are sending out emails, if you are sending out text messages, you can go to templates. Here we are, Facebook ad 8-day follow-up. You want to click on templates on the right, and it's going to open up on the right-hand side. So this way I can see and edit any of these templates, any of the text messages, or any of the emails. All I want to do is click on the edit button in the first column, and it's going to open up that template. So if you are downloading campaigns from this shared library, I definitely recommend reviewing each of these templates, right? Sometimes the agents that are sharing their campaigns put in personal information. So this one specifically, right? So, hey, first name that auto-populates on its own, email signature that auto-populates on its own, so that's perfect. But as we look towards the last line, we see that he added his personal number. And so I definitely want to make sure I add my number instead, 760-501-8582. So again, if you're downloading any campaigns from the shared library, just make sure to quickly review it and just double check that there's no personal information from the previous agent. And if there is, go ahead and just swap it out with your information. And aside from like reviewing and swapping out the personal info, I definitely recommend also customizing it, right? Add your own little verbiage to it. You can add images and also videos. Videos are always the best option. So from within this template, you will see this video button. Just click on that video button, and it's going to move on. It's going to give you this pop-up window. From here, you'll be able to select. So let's go ahead and select this video and insert. And it will come up as this code. That being said, your clients will see that thumbnail, right? So when you click on video again, your clients will see this thumbnail. So they'll just be able to click on the play button and they'll be able to see your video. And so once you're done updating, make sure you scroll to the bottom and click on Save Template. So if you do download any campaigns, again, go to your templates tab, open up that actual folder, and then just review the templates, see if there's any personal information, swap it out if you need to, and also add your own little things to it, videos, images, and so on. If you wanted to change the timing of that campaign, you want to go into the second tab, Autopilot Drip Campaigns. From here, we'll see our campaign Facebook ad 8-day follow-up. Once we click on tasks, it's going to open up on the right-hand side. And again, this is going to show me how each one of them is going to be sent out, right? So the first email is going to be sent out 2 minutes later. The text message is going to be sent out that same day at 7 a.m. The call, I'll get a reminder that same day at 8:30 a.m. and so on. So if you need to customize any of the timing, next to each task, you'll be able to click on Edit. It's going to open it up, and from here, you'll be able to, again, change the type or the timing. So you can push it back a couple of days. So instead of 3, I can select 5, and just click on Update Task. And then from here, you'll be able to assign that campaign to your clients. So you can assign campaign one of 2 ways. You can do it manually, or you can set it up to trigger automatically. So first, if you wanted to do it manually, you would go into your contacts page on the left-hand side. And from here, you'll be able to select who you want to send out that campaign to, right? So right now, I'm showing 191 contacts. So you can send it to your entire database. Just click on bulk actions, and you'll see add drip campaign towards the bottom for all of your contacts. However, I do recommend that you filter out your database. That way you can target a specific group. So you will see filter contacts on the left-hand side, right above the add new contact. And when you click on that, it's going to give you this drop-down menu. This way you can see the different ways you can filter out your database. I'll point out a few of them, the main ones I've seen agents use. So hotness levels, any tags that you create, by the source. So where did the lead come from? Facebook, Zillow, Realtor.com, or by the status. Right, so those are the main ones I've seen agents use. That being said, there's definitely more options. So I recommend taking a minute or two just to look over all of the filters and then come up with like the way you want to target your audience. So you'll see the last email or text sent. That way you can follow up with people you haven't reached out to in the past, couple of days, and so on. Right, so in this scenario, I have tags in place. Let's go ahead and use one of the tags. So when I click on select a tag, it's going to show me this drop-down menu. And I do have a buyer tag, so I want to pull up everyone with this buyer tag. So I'm going to scroll below. Once you click on apply filters, I'm going to close this. And as I scroll below, I will see my database, 67 contacts. So from here, I can still select a few, right, if I wanted to, by clicking on this empty box in the first column. Or if I wanted to send to everybody, again, just click on bulk actions. When you go to add drip campaign, you can select either the 6 that you selected or everyone that came in from the filter. I'll go ahead and select all 67 filtered contacts. You'll get this pop-up window, and in that first drop-down menu, when you click on it, it's going to show you all the drip campaigns that you have available. You'll just want to click on the one you want to trigger, so Facebook add 8-day follow-up, and then click on add campaign. You're always going to see this notification. That's just letting you know, make sure to not run out of credits. So just make sure that you have enough email and text credits to assign this campaign to your contacts. So that's how you'll go about assigning this campaign manually, right? But you definitely want to make sure you can automate as much as you can. You want to make sure that the system is working for you, free up some time, be able to talk to more clients, or maybe even spend time with your family. So to automate the drip campaigns, you want to go to your settings page. So on the left-hand side, you want to click on settings. And in Liondesk, there's 3 different ways that you can connect with your different platforms. So if you're using like Zillow, Trillia, Realtor.com, there's 3 different ways to connect. First way is through the unique email address. Second way is through the API key. And then the third way is through Zapier. So where are these located? The unique email address is located in the second tab, lead distribution and team settings. Under this green bar, you will see use this email address in the second bullet point. So that right there is your unique email address. All right, so that's one way we can connect. The second way is through the API key. Those are located in the third tab, third-party integrations. You will see the API keys, the platforms that use those on the left-hand side. Just look for your platform. On the right, you want to click on Enable. And then from there, you will see the API key appear. You just want to copy it and then paste it at the back end of the site. And then the third way is through Zapier. Zapier is a third-party platform. We do have directions for it in our online help. So you just want to click on online help. This will take you to the Liondesk Help Center. So again, where we saw those webinars, just want to type in Zapier in the search bar. And you're going to see Zapier integration, email parser. So you want to click on that one. And this is going to provide you a step-by-step guide, right? So as I scroll below, you'll see the steps as well as visuals. That way you can see that you're doing it correctly. And like I mentioned before, this is a third-party platform. And so step number 1 is to go to that link. And here we are, Zapier. You want to start off by clicking on Make a Zap. So again, Zapier is a third-party platform. If you sign up, it will be free for the first 5 zaps. So one zap is one system, whether that's like Zillow, Trillia, or Facebook. So you have up to 5 systems that you can connect with Liondesk before it asks you to upgrade, right? So it's free for the first 5 zaps. So going back into Liondesk, again, those are the 3 ways you can integrate: the unique email address, the API key, or through Zapier. Once you've connected with your platform, it's going to start routing leads into Liondesk. So going back into the second tab, this is where you're going to set up the rules. What do you want to happen once that lead comes into Liondesk? And you're going to most likely want to trigger a campaign, right? Once I receive a lead, I want to start communicating with them ASAP. I want to start sending them an email, sending them a text, making sure I'm following up with them as soon as they come into Liondesk. So once you're connected, that's just routing the leads into Liondesk. It's not triggering anything yet. So what you want to do is in the settings page, go to the second tab, lead distribution and team settings. When you scroll below, you will see this drop-down menu, select lead source provider. So from here, you'll be able to see all the different systems that we can integrate with. In this scenario, I'm just going to scroll to the bottom and select Zillow. Once you select Zillow, you want to click on Add New Lead Routing, and it's going to give you this pop-up window. And you just want to fill out each of these fields. And so first it's asking you when these leads are automatically imported into Liondesk, the following source will be added. When you click on that drop-down menu, you'll see the different sources. So I'll go ahead and select Zillow. Below that, it's going to ask you which drip campaign do you want to trigger. So when I click on that drop-down menu, I'm going to see again all the different drip campaigns that are available. You'll just select which one. Below, you'll see when the lead type is. So this is optional, and this is not always going to appear. It appears for a few of them. So for Zillow, when it routes the leads, sometimes it's routing the buyer or the seller. If you wanted to, you can create a different routing source and also a different drip campaign, one for the buyer and a different one for the seller. So when you set it up, you want to click on that drop-down menu and select between buyer or seller. And then below that, you have the distribution setting. So you do have the option for individual or team rollout. So most often, when you select individual, that's just going to go to you. If you select team rollout, you can route these leads to your different team members. So once you click on an individual, you want to click on Save Lead Routing. Now, any leads coming in from Zillow will be added to my Liondesk database, and it's going to trigger that drip campaign that I downloaded, Facebook ad follow-up 8 days. So from there, once they come in, I'm already sending out an email and a text message. All right, so that covers triggering a drip campaign. Next, I'm going to go into Lead Assist. So I'm going to go into the profile page. So in the upper right-hand corner, you want to click on Profile. All right, so what is Lead Assist? Lead Assist is an AI program. So it's an artificial intelligence bot. So what it does, it communicates with your contacts for you, right? So instead of you sending out emails and text messages and calling your clients, you let Lead Assist do it all. Lead Assist is text-based. So as soon as you trigger Lead Assist, it's already texting your client. And it's going to ask a series of questions, whether it's a buyer or a seller lead. So it's going to ask questions like, hey, are you looking to buy? You're looking to sell? What area you're looking into? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? What's your price range? Are you committed to an agent yet? And once it's done getting all of these answers, it's going to update the profile real time. That way you can log into the profile and see the answers. And it's going to send you a reminder, a notification letting you know that this person has already been qualified. Go ahead, they're expecting your call, reach out to them. And so that's what Lead Assist is. You will need to have the Liondesk texting number in order for you to have Lead Assist. So with the texting number, depending if you have the Pro Plus plan, that is included, or you can purchase it for $5 a month. If you do have a custom number, we do provide you 5 free credits. That way you can test out the feature. When you scroll below, you will see subscriptions and limits on the left-hand side. Again, if you have the custom number, you will get 5 credits that you can start off with. right? And so you'll see those listed below. And then right below subscriptions and limits, you will see Liondesk Lead Assist, and you want to complete the connection, right? And so right now I'm already connected, but when you click on complete the connection, it's going to give you a pop-up window, and it's going to ask you for three things. What is the name of the bot? What is the name of the company? And then what's the address of the company, right? So sometimes it does reference in that text conversation, hey, I'm working for, so-and-so. So you want to make sure that you add either like your realtor name, right? I am Phil Dunphy, the realtor. And then you also want to add in the address. You are able to give Lead Assist a name. So internally in this office, we like to call Lead Assist Gabby. That being said, you can definitely pick a different name. So once you click on Connect to Lead Assist, it's gonna, in the first line, ask you, what do you want to name your bot or Lead Assist? So Kevin, Alex, Jennifer, Gabby, right? You can give him any name. Once you've connected Lead Assist, you want to create a campaign using only Lead Assist. So you want to scroll to the top. On the left-hand side, click on Marketing. Once you click on Marketing, you want to jump into the second tab, Autopilot Drip Campaigns. Once you click on Autopilot Drip Campaigns, I already have one set up. Let me go ahead and just start over. You want to click on Add a new autopilot. And they give you this pop-up window, and you just want to type in the name, keep it simple, Lead Assist. And then click on Save New. All right, so now we see it listed below. You want to click on Tasks. It's going to open up that campaign on the right, and at the moment it's empty. All you have to do is click on Add New Task to Drip. It's going to give you this pop-up window, and it's going to ask you for the type. When you click on that drop-down menu, you are going to see these different options. All you want to do is select Liondesk Lead Assist. Task 2, this is going to appear if you're part of a team. And so you can select other members within your team to send out Lead Assist. And then below you have the timing. So once you trigger the campaign Lead Assist, when do you want to start? When do you want the conversation to start? If you want it to start immediately, leave it at minutes later with a 0-minute delay. Or if you want to start it at a later date, just click on days later and select what day and time. Right? But in this scenario, I want to make sure that the conversation starts immediately. So I'm going to select minutes later with a 0-minute delay. Once you're done, you're going to click on Add Task. So here we are with Liondesk Lead Assist. Again, this is text-based. So within this drip campaign, you are not able to add in text templates. But if you wanted to, you are able to add in email templates. Right? Just continue adding new tasks to drip, and then click on Email Contact. And then select what template you want to trigger. That being said, Lead Assist is definitely more than enough. You can just leave it as a standalone type. So once you're done, you're able to, again, trigger it manually or automatically, right? So either through the contacts and do a bulk action, or through the settings page and set up, again, those rules for what system and which drip campaign, which at this point would be Lead Assist. Once you trigger the campaign, so let me go ahead and pull up a profile. So in the upper right, I'm going to select Derek. Once you're up in the profile, you're able to, again, trigger that campaign. So right above the name, I am going to see this button, Start Campaign. I want to click on that. It's going to give me this pop-up window, and I'll select which campaign I want to trigger. So I'm going to click on this drop-down menu and select Lead Assist. Once you click on Add Autopilot, it's going to take it a second, but it's going to start texting Derek in a moment. right? So while it's doing that, I will point out a couple things. Lead Assist is going to start communicating with Derek via text messages. Again, it's going to ask him a series of questions. And as it gets the responses, it's going to update this profile real time. So once I scroll below, past all of the contact information, I'm going to get custom fields. And so these are fields that I created. If I scroll below, you will see other ones that start off with Lead Assist. Right, so this is the information that Lead Assist is trying to capture. So the time frame, when are they looking to buy or sell? Are they already pre-approved for like a loan? Do they have a prior agent? What's the price minimum, price maximum, beds minimum, beds maximum, baths, also first and last contact. So this is what Lead Assist, the information that it's trying to capture. And again, this is all text-based. So if we look into the timeline, it's going to start texting them in a second. When you click on the text button, you'll be able to see all of the back and forth conversations. So once Lead Assist is triggered, you are going to start seeing all of the conversations real time. Once Lead Assist is done asking all of those questions, it will set up a task for you. So as we scroll to the bottom, we will see a red bar that says tasks. So once Lead Assist is done qualifying that client, once it's done saying like, hey, are you committed to an agent? They respond back with no. Lead Assist would be like, awesome, I have an agent for you. I'll make sure they'll give you a call in the next day or so. And Lead Assist is going to set up a task right below, letting you know, don't forget to give this agent or this client a call. All right, now that I refresh the timeline, you will see success. Liondesk Lead Assist has been created, and it's going to start sending them text messages, right? So as once I click on text, I'm going to start seeing that conversation auto-populate. You will have the option to mute Lead Assist. So if you look at the top, you will see Liondesk Lead Assist. You are able to mute. That being said, if you do mute, we recommend that you don't go back and restart it, right? Lead Assist does have a specific cadence. It does start from the beginning of the conversation, introducing themselves. It has those series of questions. If you decide to jump in, and you can, you would want to take over for the rest of the conversation. If you jump in and then decide to turn Lead Assist back on, Lead Assist will start off the last moment that she left off. So that might cause confusion for the client because if you jumped in, you might have already gotten some of the info that Lead Assist is going to keep asking about, right? So we recommend just letting Lead Assist do her thing. Let it run its course. If you do jump in, go ahead and mute it, but just keep it muted at that point. So with Lead Assist, it's going to, again, text your client. If the client is non-responsive, Lead Assist will continue to text them in different intervals, right? So if they stop responding a day later, Lead Assist will just be, hey, just checking in, are you still interested? A week later, same text message. Hey, and it's been a while, are you still interested? A month later, hey, it's been a while, are you still looking to buy a new home, right? So Lead Assist will still continue the conversation a day in, a week out, a month, a year later. It's basically going to go up until a year to continue that conversation. So if at some point that client does come back after being non-responsive, let's say 2 months later, Lead Assist will just continue from where she left off. Awesome. So that does cover Lead Assist. If you have any questions, make sure to send it in through the Q&A box. All right, so that covers Lead Assist. I do want to talk about text to sell as well. So that's also another marketing. On the left-hand side, we want to click on marketing. And text to sell is going to be located in the last tab. So if we look at the top, we will see text/call to sell. I do want to point out that with text to sell, you would need to have the custom number. So just like Lead Assist, you do need to have this custom number. So if you have the Pro Plus plan, it is included as part of your plan. If you don't have that plan, you can always get this as an add-on. The custom number is $5 a month. And so as long as you get the custom number, it is going to unlock this feature, and you are able to create as many codes as you'd like. So if you're not familiar with text to sell, I'm pretty certain you've run into it at some point in life, whether that was like a TV ad, a radio station, maybe even like a billboard. You saw text info to 555-555-555, right? And so once you text info, you get an auto response saying hey, thank you for texting. Here's the information you were looking for, right? That's what you're setting up here. You're setting up the code that people text in, and they're texting your custom number. Once they text in that code, they get an auto response. You're also creating that auto response, and there's also a couple more things that you can do, but that's the main focus, right? So once you purchase that custom number, you're able to click on add a new code right below. You're gonna get this pop-up window, and all you wanna do is go in and fill out each field. So the first three parts, the first three fields, these are the mandatory parts. The ones below you'll see are optional. So the first section is short code. What do you want? What code do you want your clients to text in? What code are they gonna text your number? Right, so let's put something like buy a home. Or let's just put buy, right? Keep it simple, just buy. Below, you will see the section for the response, and so you can type up to 1,000 characters. So thank you for texting in. I see you are interested in buying a home. I added the website link below, or feel free to contact me. I added my website link below. If you would like more information. All right, so I am gonna link my website below. I don't need to put it in the response though, because you will see the URL. There's a section for it at the top, right above it. So from here, that's where you'll want to type in the website, right? So www.liondesk.com. And so that's really all you need, right? The code that they're texting in, what the auto response is, and if you wanted to redirect them to a site, you will see the URL section above. Below, you will see these two sections that, although are optional, I highly recommend filling these parts out. First, it's going to say optional contact source. So like I mentioned before, once you have the custom number, you'll be able to create as many codes as you'd like, right? You can create one that says buy, sell, open house, and so on, right? You want to make sure that you create a source for each one. That way you can see who is coming in from which code, right? Who's coming in texting the buyer code, who's coming in texting the sell code, who's coming in and texting in open house. So in the optional contact source, you're able to click on add new, right? So it said buy short code, and then click on add source. And then now it's going to become an option in this drop-down menu. So once I click on it, right, it's the very first one, buy short code. I just created it. I selected it. And then below, it does give me the option to trigger a drip campaign, right? So once they're texting in, I'm sending them the auto response automatically. But I still want to continue and follow up with them. I want to make sure that I'm emailing them and also sending a couple more text messages. Right, so hopefully you already have a campaign created. If not, don't worry. Liondesk has those 6 that you start off with. So you can click on this drop-down menu and select from one of those campaigns. Right, I can also just select Lead Assist. But let me go ahead and select the new leads. And then from here, you want to click on Save New. If I scroll below, I will see my codes listed out. right? So here's my code. It's gonna show me how often this code was texted in. So how many people came in using this code. It's gonna show me the total clicks. So if I do redirect them to a site with a website link, are they clicking my website link? If you want to capture the total clicks, make sure in the short URL that you click on this button, create to track clicks. It's essentially going to generate its own URL, right? Here we are, it's generated its own link. It's providing that in the auto response, right? It's still sending them to the same location, so it's sending them to this website, but we create this link, that way we can track it internally, right? I want to see how often this was clicked on. I'm going to see my contact source. That way I can filter out my database and only see those people that came in from texting in this code. And then you will see what drip campaign it triggered. So once they text in that code, they are going to receive that auto response. They're going to receive that drip campaign. What happens internally, what happens in your Liondesk account. Once they text in, it will create a new profile for them. It's going to capture their phone number, add it to the phone field, and it's going to search for more information using that number, right? It's going to search for their name, their address, their email address, and also any social media links like Facebook, LinkedIn, Gravatar, Google, any Google accounts. So it captures all of that information based off that phone number, as long as that information is public. So from here, you'll again be able to pull up any contacts and you'll be able to see all the information that came in. So that's text to sell. Again, you do need to have the custom number, which is included in the Pro Plus plan, or for $5 a month, you're able to purchase it. There are a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. You will see in this green bar that there's a set of words that you don't want to really use. Right, so those are highlighted there. But again, you can create as many as you'd like with other codes. And you can post them wherever you'd like. So in print ads, you'll see the couple suggestions up there. Print ads, open house sign writers. You can even make a post on Facebook telling people to text this number. It's really limited to your imagination. All right, so that covers the text to sell. Going back to my dashboard, if you have any questions, go ahead and send them through the chat box. Next, I'm going to follow up with our properties page. So setting up the workflow of your day-to-day, making sure you never let anything slip through the cracks. So on the left-hand side, you want to click on properties. And you're going to first see your property manager. So you're going to see two tabs, the property manager and then the transaction follow-up plans. So we'll come to both of these in a second. We'll start off with the property manager. So with the property manager, you want to upload any listings that you're working on. Just click on that blue button, add new property, and you'll get this pop-up window. You just want to go in and fill out the information. The only field that you really need to have filled out is the address. Everything else is optional. So for the address, I'm just going to start typing in the 500 Main Street, city, states, zip, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, the square footage, and a quick description. On the left-hand side, you will see contact. So you are able to link this property to anybody in your database. Just start typing in the name, and you'll see that contact appear below. Just click on it. That way it links this property to that contact. You're able to add in the MLS number. You're able to select the agent type. So buyers, sellers, and so on. The property type, single family, multifamily, apartment, condo, and so on. The status, so is it active, closed, inactive, or pending. And then you will see listing date and also the closing dates. Definitely feel free to estimate. You can always come back to it later. For the listing date, I'll leave it as today. Closing date, let me go ahead and select a month from now. You're able to put in the listing price and also the escrow number. And then right below, sales price and then the commission percentage. So I can just type in 500,000 commission. I want to do 3%. And once I put in the 3%, you'll see that it auto calculates on its own. So once you're done filling out that information, you just want to click on Add Property. And we'll see it listed below. So here we are, Derrick Hill, 500 Main Street with all of the information. If I need to edit any of the dates or any info I uploaded, you will see that edit button at the top. You can also remove any of the properties. And you will see in the middle, Add Transaction Plan. And so this is where you'll go to set up your workflow. So if you want to set up a transaction plan, you want to scroll to the top and click on the second tab, Transaction Follow-up Plans. From here, you will notice on the left-hand side the different plans that are available to you. So if you're a new user, you will see a couple of them already created. So you'll see 30-day escrow, 45-day escrow, listing agreement signed, listing appointment presentation, and so on. If you want to see the entire plan, next to the plan name, you will see tasks. So you want to click on tasks, and it's going to open up on the right-hand side. So from here, you can scroll. I'm just going to quickly scroll below just to kind of show you how many tasks are already added. So it's like roughly 25 to 30 already created tasks just in this one plan. You are able to customize it, so feel free to do so. I will recommend, though, for each plan that you want to edit, make sure you click on the clone button. It's going to create an exact copy of that plan. That way you can keep a copy of the original and you can edit the clone itself, right? So here we are, 45-day escrow. Here's the same one, just the clone version. So you can leave one alone and modify the other. So using this plan, if you did want to modify, you are able to click on Edit to change any of the descriptions or any of the due dates. You can remove, so there are certain things that you do not complete, you can just remove it from the plan. Or if you want to really build this up and add more tasks, you can scroll to the bottom and click on Add New Task. Right, so you can really build these up. So aside from the description itself, when you click on edits, you will see a couple other things pop up. Right, so aside from the description, then the notes, if you're part of a team, you can assign certain tasks to other team members. You are able to set up a reminder as well. The default for the plans are no reminders, so if you did want one, make sure to click on edit and set it up. You are able to select between email, call, or a text. Below that, you will see important tasks. That way, it's going to mark some as important. Other ones, you can always go back and edit the due date if you need to. And then you will also see Make Public. So with Make Public, this plan is shareable with your clients. With the whole plan, you are able to pick and choose which ones are visible to your clients and which ones will not be visible. Just make sure when you click on Edit that you either mark this as yes or no, depending whether you want it visible for your clients. So for this one, I'll put it as mark it as yes. And then at the bottom, you'll set up the timing. Once you click on Update Task, it will update that plan. You will see in the description section whether you marked it as private, public, or as important. So next to each description, you will see these icons, right? Or you won't see these icons. So if you see the microphone, that just means that that task is public for your client. They'll be able to see it, right? This one right below, this one's not visible. They're not going to be able to see it. The icon with the red flag, that's letting you know that this task is important. So that way it gives you more motivation to complete it on its due date. As you see, the one below doesn't have that flag. So that's just letting me know this one's not type priority. If I need to, I can push it back a day or two. Right, so make sure you go into these plans and really customize it to fit what your day-to-day looks like. Once this is complete, you are able to assign it to any property. So if we go back to the property manager, when you upload that property, you will see this button to the left of it, Add Transaction Plan. Once you click on that, you'll get this pop-up window and you'll fill out each field. So it's going to ask you for a start and then an end date. So this is when it's going to send you all the reminders, right? 1 day in, 3 days in, 5 days in. So for the start date, I'll select today. For the end date, since I'm doing the 30-day escrow, I'll do 30 days from now. Ooh. You will see add contact below. So again, this is tied into your database. So just start typing in the name and you'll be able to link it to a contact. And then below that, it's going to ask you which plan you want to trigger. I'll go ahead and select 30-day escrow. Once you're done, you'll click on Start Plan. So it's going to take all of those tasks from that plan. It's going to automate it for you. So you'll get those reminders if you set the reminders up. So right next to it, you will see that plan. I'm just going to click on it. And it's going to scroll me below and it's going to show me the entire plan with the specific due dates now. Right, so you'll see the exact due dates. This is not set in stone, so if you need to customize any of these, feel free to do so. You will see in the first column the pencil icon. That way you can go back and edit. Once you complete a certain task, you can click on the check mark. And you'll see that it got removed from the top of the list. It got sent to the bottom of the list. So if we scroll all the way down, we will see that it was crossed out. That's just letting you know that it's already been complete, right? So you'll just go through this list, completing each task as the day goes. If you wanted to share this with your client, you do need to go into their profile page. So we make it easy, just click on their name, it takes you to their profile page. You want to click into the Properties tab, so you will see at the top, these tabs are specific to this contact. So I'm just going to click on Properties. And since I already linked that property, I should see it listed below. So awesome, 500 Main Street. If I wanted to share this plan, you will see in the second column, Public Page with the link that says View. Once you click on View, it's going to open up into a new page. It's going to show all of the tasks for that plan that I marked as public. So right, you'll see the description, that microphone icon, and you're going to see that for all of them. The ones that do not have the microphone icon are not visible. This way your client can be kept up to date. They'll see what you've completed so far. So if they scroll to the bottom, they'll see that it's crossed out as well as the completed dates. If you look on the right, you will see the property details, so the information that we uploaded. You will see contact details. So this is what we captured from your profile page, right? This is all your contact info. This is a profile image if you uploaded an image, and also in the introduction. So if you added the introduction from your profile page, this is where it's going to appear. And then below that, you'll see Ask a Question. So your client can send you a quick question to your email. They just need to fill out these fields and click on Submit. So if you wanted to share this with your client, make sure you copy the URL at the very top. So Control-C. Jumping back into Liondesk, you want to go into the Profile tab, and you want to send this to your client via email, right? Or text message, either or. So once you click on the email button, you'll see Derek. Type in a quick subject line and also a quick body, and then paste the link. And then once you're done, click on Send Email. Once that email is sent, they'll now have access to that public page. All right, y'all, so that does cover properties and also creating the follow-up plan and automating that follow-up plan. So that does conclude office hours. I'll make sure to kind of just point out the same resources again. So if you do have any questions, feel free to come in through our support line. So you can always give us a call at 760-501-8582. I added that number in the chat box. So if you didn't get it, go ahead, go into the chat box and copy it. We do have online chat. So if you click on the lower right, you will see this chat bubble. And this will connect you with a live rep. Just click on new conversation. So for online chat and also for our support line, our phone line, it's available during business hours, which are listed above, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's also online help. So if you catch us outside of business hours, you can click on online help on the left-hand side. It'll take you to the Liondesk Help Center. So as you scroll below, you will see that search bar. So you can just type in a couple of keywords to see what comes up. Right, you'll see that listed above. Or if you scroll to the bottom, you can see our videos, as well as different articles that break down the system for you. If you type in webinar, it'll take you to the Liondesk webinars. So if you want to catch us to the next office hours, again, every Thursday at 10 a.m., make sure you click on the register today. If you miss any of the office hours, they are recorded. This one is also recorded and it's available if you scroll below in our office hours playlist. And if you wanted to view our other webinars, the more standard ones, if you scroll below, those are recorded. First Step to Success, Automate Your Business, and then Streamline Your Business. You can scroll to the bottom to see the video, as well as a little blurb right below it to show you what it covers. Again, you'll see Automate Your Business and then Streamline Your Business. Awesome. So that does conclude the webinar for today. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and I hope to see you all next week.